The people there were so much nicer than the people in California. I was so surprised. I was like, this can't be real. These people are so humble. The people in California were just jerks, you know. They didn't yell at us. It's kind of like a paradise, really. They love to sing, you know. They sing. They don't always sing in tune, but they sing a lot. They sing loudly. The culture there is slower than the United States. It's very more family oriented. They put a lot of fat in everything, but not as much sugar. So in America, we love our sugar, right? In New Zealand, the food will be fatty, but it won't be as sugary. There's one crazy food that I like. The Maoris eat it. It's called kena. It's like sea urchins, and they get them from the ocean, and they like put them on toast, and it's really good. Marmite is so nasty. Don't try it. It's not worth it. And then one time I had a raw, I think it was either squid or mussel. Ooh, it was so bad. So that was weird. Fish and chips. Yeah, fish and chips. That's a big thing. And that could be really good or it could be really natural, because sometimes they just put the whole fish in there and they fry it up and the bones are still in there. But that's kind of weird. But mostly it's good. The Tongans eat horse. You might eat that. I didn't. And they put eggs on their hamburgers. So they'll have the hamburger, then they'll put eggs on it. And the ice cream and the dairy, it's really fresh. The cows, you know, they're pretty, I think they're free range over there, so when you eat the ice cream you'll be like, oh, this is the best ice cream I ever had. It's called Tip Top. That's the brand. It's really good. The milk is better than here. Shepherd's pie, it's kind of like potatoes on top of meat and vegetables with some gravy. Wheat Bix, it's a breakfast cereal. It's really good. You could eat it with honey or with brown sugar. Taro, which the Polynesians eat, it's kind of similar to a potato, but it's more filling. It's really good. Then there's a kumara, which is a Maori food. It's kind of like a sweet potato, but it's sweeter. It's kind of like dessert, but you eat it for dinner. It's really good. A chop suey, which is kind of like vermicelli noodles with meat and this sauce. I think it's Samoan. Corned beef, the Tongans eat. Then there's this dish called the lu. They cook, I think it's pork. They wrap it in these, I think it's taro leaves, and they cook it. That's really good. They have meat pies. So if you like go to the gas station and buy some food, it'll be like a mince pie, you know. They call soda a fizzy drink. It's kind of interesting. They have this drink called cordial. It's basically like Kool-Aid with a little bit less sugar. And they don't drink hot chocolate. They drink Milo. So they have Nestle Milo mix. You put it in the boiling water and you put some teaspoons of sugar in it, and it's good. You'll probably drink a lot of that because it gets cold. Once you come back to the United States, you'll never want to drink hot chocolate again. You'll say, give me some Milo. If you eat at a Samoan person's house, sometimes they'll have the men eat first and the women later. It's kind of interesting. The Samoans and Tongans, they're very delightful people, you know. They're very friendly. They like to laugh. They like to eat. If they like you, they really like you, you know. Then the Kiwis, the European New Zealanders, they're nice. There's a lot of older people. There's some retirement communities, you know. You want to get some shoes that you just slip on and off because you take your shoes off before you go in, you know. Well, I guess if you're eating dinner, you know, make sure that head of the table eats first, or just like says now it's time to eat, you know. They have a day called Waitangi Day. It's kind of their Independence Day. The Maoris, they signed this treaty of Waitangi with the British, which, you know, the British, they like to take over countries and take everything, but the Maoris, they like retained a lot of their lands from this treaty, so that's important. Then there's Guy Fawkes Day, which is kind of like the day they light all the fireworks, basically. Christmas in New Zealand, it's the summertime, so people go to the beach at Christmas. It's kind of funny. You know, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving, obviously, but we did once because one of the families was like, we want to celebrate Thanksgiving. Okay. It was really cool. Well, English in New Zealand is more British English, which I guess is the proper English, you know. Instead of apartment, they say flat. Instead of the trunk of the car, they say the boot of the car. Instead of dinner, they say tea, or the Maoris call it kai. A lot of times lunch, they'll call it supper. They say sweet as, which means if something's like cool, they'll be like, oh, sweet as, bro, which is like, that's really cool. Or if something is hard, that's be like, oh, that's hard as. Or if something is ugly, that's ugly as. It just means like it's really ugly. So they'll put as on the back, you know, like sweet as pie. They just say sweet as, like that kind of thing. They say heaps a lot. Instead of a lot of, they say heaps. Oh, that's heaps of food. But when they say like bring a plate, it means like bring something to eat. It doesn't mean bring like your plate. I got confused about that one time. It was funny. Like we say yes, right? Yes. They say yeast. Like that yeast. They say straight away a lot. Instead of that, I'll do that immediately, they say, I'll do that straight away. But you'll hear some Maori chants. They still have their traditional chants. They're really cool. There's a lot of T's and K's. Compared to Samoan and Tongan, it's completely different than them. It's a lot more harsh. Samoan and Tongan is very flowing and smooth, a lot of O's and A's and Oo's. And Maori is te, ke, pu. It's just harsh consonants. And it's kind of cool, you know. I would like to learn Maori if I could, you know.